Hey everybody, it's me, Retro, and we're gonna make a new video today. I wanted to record something new. I wanted to record something interesting, to say the least. We're gonna be talking about Kirby games, and all of the Kirby games that are available right now. I wanted to rank them in a tier list just for your guys' enjoyment. As you guys may know, I am a big, huge Kirby fan. I've played the Kirby games ever since I was around maybe 15, 16. Whenever I first learned about Kirby, I used to be really negligent of the series just because I thought Kirby was mainly a girls' game, and I used to think that kind of way for a good while until I got into the series. I don't remember which game I first got into, but I was stuck with it, and I just wanted to rank all of the Kirby games from start to finish. So we're going to first start off with Kirbys Dreamland, wherever it is. Where's Kirbys Dreamland? There it is. Kirbys Dreamland. Alright, so we're going to go off of these: Platinum Medal, Gold Medal, Silver Medal, Bronze Medal, No Medal, or Unplayed. And for Kirbys Dreamland, I put it in Silver. Kirbys Dreamland, especially for it being a first game, brought Kirby to, like, it was an okay game. Like, for his first ever game, showing off how Kirby had the ability to fly, to suck up and blow out enemies, it was a really good first time. I mean, you got to know the characters a little bit. You got to know Kirby, you got to know King Dedede, you got to know who Waddle Dees were, you know, all that crazy stuff. It was just it was a good start. And I give it a silver medal for that. Next up, Kirbys Adventure. I'd have to give this one... I'd give this one a high silver. It's better than Dreamland, but it's not as great as most of the upcoming games. It did introduce the copy abilities, which, you know, copy abilities are the mainstay of most of the Kirby games around now. And with that, it's like, you know, you got all the Kirby games. Kirby's Adventure, this was the one that introduced, like, a lot of new characters. Like, you had, like, the Abominations of Nightmare, and you had Meta Knight, who first appeared in this game as an unknown person. It was just an amazing experience all over, and especially for the NES. Looking at it now, the NES was barely even functional. Like, it barely even had Kirby able to function on this. It lagged a lot. It was like the biggest game on the NES, and it was insane. But yeah, we're gonna go on to Kirby's Dreamland 2. Kirby's Dreamland 2 was on the Game Boy. I say, let's give it a bronze. I played this one all the way through. I didn't get to Dark Matter, but I know that he's in the game. I enjoyed it, but not as much as Dreamland or Adventure, just because of the fact that a lot of the copy abilities were not there in the game. Like, there was an abundance of copy abilities in Adventure, right? They dropped it down so low. I know it's a Game Boy game, so they had to make a bunch of restrictions, but still. But with what we got so far, with like the animal friends being introduced, the copy abilities having certain actions you could do with the animal friends, it was cool. But I didn't have as much fun as I did with Dreamland or Adventure with Dreamland 2. And so, we go on to Dreamland 3. I think, in my personal opinion, Kirby's Dreamland 3, for me at least, goes in Platinum. I love the game from start to end. For it being a Super Nintendo title, I love the style of the game. It was very nice, very clean. It was like the crayon marker style that a lot of kids would like. And I love the game from start to finish. I love the little references they brought throughout the game, like with Metroid and with the certain Japanese animes. It was a very nice experience overall. I love Dreamland 3. I definitely recommend playing it if you guys haven't already. Alright, so I'm thinking either we go through the sub-games, or we go through, like... Because I know ones like Block Ball. I haven't played Block Ball. I haven't. I'm going to go through the ones so far that I have not played. So I'm going to do Pinball Land, I have not played. Block Ball, I haven't played. This one I haven't played. Star Stacker, I have not played. And this one I definitely have not played. That is just a puzzle game for the Game Boy Advance, I believe. Yeah. No, I don't think I have. And I haven't played Superstar Stacker. I can't put that on either because I haven't played that one either. I'd have to get a ROM or something of that to play that, but I haven't played those. So we're going to move on to Superstar. Kirby Superstar Gold. And I'll explain why I haven't put it in Platinum. You'll know why. You'll definitely know why. But Kirby Superstar was an amazing game from start to finish, just like Kirbys Dreamland 3, except, you know, there were a few things that another game, quote-unquote, did a lot better, and there's a lot more packaged into it. But from what we got for Kirby Superstar, it was amazing. We got to experience, you know, the original Dreamland got an upgrade. You got to see Meta Knight, you got to see the new antagonist named Marks. You got to see a lot of new characters be brought into the spotlight, and it was very nice. It was very, very nice. And it was our first game we got to see Bandana Waddle Dee, who was one of my favorite characters of all time. So that, you know, definitely boosted it up a little bit. I'm definitely not biased. Okay, which one was next after Superstar? Oh, Avalanche. Okay, Kirby's Avalanche. I'm not going to give it a medal. It's just a Puyo Puyo game. That's it. And I am not a big fan of the Puyo Puyo games. Sorry for the people who may not like those kinds of games. But I don't think a lot of things in this game were right. I don't think Kirby should talk. I don't think that, like... it's just a weird game overall. I didn't like it. I'm sorry, but I just didn't like it. Alright, Kirby's Dream Course. I've only played this once? And that was a couple of friends? Because we usually played the 2-player mode on Switch Online. I say let's put it in bronze. Just because. I didn't really play the main mode. I just only played the multiplayer mode with friends on Switch Online. It's a good, okay thing. It's just golf. That's it. Also, I noticed a game that I did not play. There it is. Tilt and Tumble. That is the other Kirby game that I have not played. Alright. So I think we're done with the SNES games. I think we can move on to Kirby 64. Which, if you know me, S tier. Kirby 64 was like an awesome game for me to play from start to finish. And the only reason why was because I didn't originally play it on the original Nintendo 64. I played it when it came out with Switch Online. And I loved it. The game was so fun. Being in that 2.5D landscape, it was cool. And I loved the aesthetic of the game. I loved collecting the shards, even though I haven't 100% of the game. You know, finding the different ways to use those combo copy abilities to try and find, like, the puzzles and everything, try and solve them. It's cool. And I love that, you know, you could turn Kirby into certain little things. Like, he can turn into fireworks. He can turn into a fridge. Like, that kind of stuff is really, really cool. And I enjoyed 64 for that a lot. Alright, next one up. I'm trying to think. Which one was it? I think it would be Kirby Air Ride? I think it was Kirby Air Ride. We'll go with Air Ride. Here's the funny thing. I've never played it. I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed in me for not playing Air Ride, and I know a lot of people are going to kill me for it, but I've never played Air Ride. I want to, though. I want to, like, because recently they have made netplay for Air Ride recently, and I want to try that out with a couple of friends because they've wanted me to do it. But as of my opinion, right now, I have not played Air Ride, and I want to here soon. I'll let you guys know in the future if I ever play Air Ride, but as of right now, I have not played Air Ride. We're gonna head off now to Kirby Nightmare and Dreamlands. I'm gonna give this one high silver, right above Adventure, just because it's a remake of Adventure. Actually, actually, I might put it below Kirby's Adventure. There's one thing that I really disagreed with Nightmare and Dreamland than Kirby's Adventure. It was the fact that Meta Knight helped Kirby out through a lot of Kirby's Adventure. And in Nightmare and Dreamland, they got rid of that entire aspect. Like, Meta Knight was not trying to secretly help out Kirby because he knew that Kirby was like, you know, hey, this guy might be a good guy or something. You know, he had his own interpretation of the events unfolding. And so It's a little bit lower than Adventure just because of that. It's just a personal nitpick. They're around the same for me, but I knock off a few points for Nightmare in Dreamland for that. Alright, next one I think is Amazing Mirror. Amazing Mirror, S tier. A lot of people I know, especially in the Kirby community, are going to slay me for this one. I know a lot of the people in there do not like Amazing Mirror. And trust me, at first I didn't. But over the times of me playing it, I don't think I've had a Kirby game that I've came back to and still got lost. Like, not in a bad way of getting lost, but like I loved exploring the area over and over and over, like Amazing Mirror. And for it being a Metroidvania, it's so amazing. I love the level designs. I love the new copy abilities like the Angel, the Missile, all of them. They were so cool. And the introduction of the Smash ability, like, that was hardcore. You got to face off both Master Hand and Crazy Hand. That was awesome. A really nice addition, and I love Amazing Mirror for that. I'm gonna put it, just put it in low S. That's where it should be, low S. All right, next we have. Do we have Canvas Curse or Squeak Squad? I believe Squeak Squad came first, and I'm gonna put Squeak Squad in high bronze. Squeak Squad was good. It was okay. I love the Squeaks. The characters themselves are amazing. I just think the game itself was a little too short. I know a lot of the games are around that kind of short area, but I whizzed through this game really quickly. And it was... It was a fun, enjoyable experience overall. I love the fact that you were able to, like... I believe this is the right game, where you're able to have Kirby's stomach, and you were able to combine little things in his stomach for, like, new copy abilities and whatnot. That was cool. But the game just felt a little too short for me. I wish they would have expanded it out more. I felt like the bosses were really good in this, but the game was just too short. I didn't appreciate that, and that knocks it down a ton of points for me. Just above Dreamland 2, but below Dreamland itself. Alright, Canvas Curse. Have not played. Canvas Curse is the only DS Kirby game that I have not played yet, and I wish I did, because I've heard from multiple old friends, that this game is really good, and I want to try it out at some point. If I get a DS or a 3DS, maybe I shall try it, but as of right now, I have no ways to or means to. But yeah, we're gonna move now to... Oh, we're gonna do this one. Okay. Kirby Superstar Ultra. High S tier. Like, best of the best. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna move Dreamland 3. Okay. Kirby Superstar Ultra. Literally one of the best Kirby games of all time. It literally packs full of all of the things from Superstar, but it knocks it up a bunch by introducing, like, Return of the King, Meta Nightmare Ultra, where you just play through the entire game as Meta Knight, just, you know, through and through, and you get to get Galactonite, you get to face him off at the end. You get the True Arena, which is like beefed up bosses, and it's really fun. Oh, Superstar Ultra is just an amazing game overall, and I loved it. It's funny because I actually have a score on speedrun.com for Meta Nightmare Ultra. I was actually trying to speedrun that game for the longest time, and I used to be like 13th before people just started piling that playthrough, and now I'm like in 130th place or something like that now. If you haven't played Superstar Ultra yet, I recommend, please play it. One of the best Kirby games and one of the best DS games overall. So good. And speaking of, right after Kirby Superstar Ultra, we got another good Kirby game, Kirby's Epic Yarn. I'm gonna put this in like middle S. It's meant to... Okay, so a lot of the Kirby games are slow, or they could either be fast and like short. This one was like the perfect match of slow and short, but it works really, really, really well. And I loved Epic Yarn for doing so. I loved the little crafty style that Epic Yarn had. The ability to play with another player's Prince Fluff was also a good addition. The story was amazing. Yin Yarn was a really funny antagonist. The fight at the end was really awesome to play around with. I really got nothing else to say about it. It's a very good game. Alright, next one up, if I remember correctly, is Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Wherever it's at. There it is. And I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but this is my favorite Kirby game. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is actually my favorite Kirby game of all time, and it's for a lot of good reasons. I love Magolor, the main antagonist of the game. He's such a cool character. I love Magolor. I love the lore. It really expands the lore, not lore Starcutter, but the the main story of Kirby up a real notch. Talks about the ancients, talks about like all the things that happen with Magolor's homeland and how it connects to Popstar and everything, and how it connects Magolor and Marx, two of the main like big baddies. As for gameplay though, it's a fine game. I love all the copy abilities. I love the new ones like a wing and whatnot. The super abilities though, it's not my cup of tea. I will say that it's not really my cup of tea, but I get through them pretty easily. There's one, I believe, in... It's either Sky Tower or Dangerous Dinner that I kind of hate going through. But other than that, Return to the Dreamland is an awesome game all the way through. True Arena, Arena, True Arena, all fantastic stuff. The sub-games, they're really fun. Scope Shot is an amazing sub-game, and I'm, extremely excited for that. And as I'm recording this, there is actually a Return to Dreamland remake coming out here soon for the Nintendo Switch. So if you guys are going to want to pick that up, it'll be available on, I believe, February 23rd or February 24th. I forget which of the days, but it'll be out on one of those days. Just go see how it is. I'll probably make a video on it if I do, and I'll let you guys know. So with that out of the way, we're going to go to, if I remember correctly, I don't think there was any other Wii games. Nope. We got Mass Attack, because this was released after Return to Dreamland. I have not played Mass Attack. This is the only mainline Kirby game that I have not played, besides Canvas Curse. I don't know why I haven't yet. It's just because maybe I'm not sure about it, but yeah, Mass Attack is just one I haven't played yet. If I remember correctly, our next one is Triple Deluxe, ain't it? I believe so. Triple Deluxe is gold. I'm not gonna put it in S, but actually I'm gonna put it above Superstar, just because Triple Deluxe was a lot of fun. I love the 3D effects that they used. The whole story was really cool, like Tyranza, Queen Sectonia. Those are really awesome characters. I love the DDD tour where you get to play the entire game as DDD. Such an amazing game all around. It's nice to look at. It presents itself very, very, very well, and I love it for that. It gets a gold medal. We're gonna talk about these sub games now. I think. Should I just talk about all of the sub games? I'm gonna talk about all the sub games anyhow, so we'll go with sub games. We're gonna start with Blowout Blast. Blowout Blast it's a recreation of all the Dreamland stuff, but in a 3D environment. I'd say maybe High Silver, just because it's a 3D recreation. Plus, it has that extra mode, which creates like harder bosses and whatnot, and it has that secret masked DDD fight at the end. It's nice. It's really cool. It's just a short and simple game. It was like $7 on the eShop for the 3DS. It's worth it, I'd say. Diddy's Jump Dash Deluxe, I'd say goes below Blowout Blast but above Adventure. It's just a simple little rhythm game that features King Dedede. It's a nice game. Not much to really say about it. It's just Dedede stepping to the rhythm, and it's cool. It's cool. There's nothing really prominent to say about it except it's just a good game on the 3DS. That's worth $6 or $7. Kirby Fighters Deluxe. I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe I've played this. I don't believe I have, but I could be wrong. But as of so far, I don't believe I played it. So, Team Kirby Clash though, I did play, and I'm going to give that a, I'd say middle silver. It's not as good as Blowout Blast or DD's Jump Dash, in my opinion. I just liked it just because it was a little RPG game and it featured Kirby and a lot of cool characters. It was cool for the time, and I really enjoyed all the fights that went along with it. You know, you got to face off these characters like, if I remember correctly, Dark Tyranza was one of those characters. It was a really cool boss fight. And it was, I know the accessibility with like the gem apples and whatnot was a really big concern, but it wasn't really for me. I just, you know, got through the game quickly as possible. It was a good time. I don't believe there's any more, so we're gonna head off to Kirby Battle Royale, I believe is next. Kirby Battle Royale I actually haven't played, and I know that a lot of people are okay with that in the Kirby community because I know it's not really that big of a game, and I probably will agree with them for now and say that I probably won't play it for a good while, but who knows, maybe I'll get to it at some point. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I have not played this one either. Sorry for all those people who have played Rainbow Curse and think it's a good game. I have not played it yet. I have no opinion on it. Kirby Planet Robobot. It's like, I'm gonna put it above Superstar, but not above Return to Dreamland. Planet Robobot was an insanely good 3DS game. It's like one of my top 3 3DS games of all time. The reason why it's so high above Triple Deluxe is because the characters were way more memorable in this one. I love Tyranza and I love Queen Sectonia. Those are really good characters. But I felt more of an impact with Susie, President Haltman, Stardream, and even like Kirby and Meta Knight. Those two characters I didn't think I'd get to see much time with. But boy oh boy, I was wrong. And, you know, their relationship in the game grew somewhat. And even with, you know, the new Meta Nightmare, it was a very fun experience, and I enjoyed myself all the way through. You know, facing off the fucking Dark Matter swordsman from Dreamland 2, Queen Sectonia, like a clone of Queen Sectonia, and then the actual Galaxonite. It was a nice, enjoyable experience all over. You know, it was fun. It was very, very fun, and it's an enjoyable experience. I definitely recommend getting this before the eShop closes, because I know it's supposed to close in like 2 months or something. Please, if you don't have Planet Robobot, please go get it. It's an amazing game. Please. Okay, so we're gonna... before I get to any more of these games, I'm gonna do the last 3DS game, which was Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. I'm not giving it a medal. I'm sorry, but the entire gimmick of Epic Yarn was lost with this game on the 3DS. I love the fact that it gave Kirby like the little hats for his copy abilities, but the fact that Kirby had copy abilities in this just ruined the entire experience for me. I did love the little side modes with King Dedede and Meta Knight. Those were a lot of fun, especially Dedede's. Dedede's was really, really fun. But other than that, it's just not for me. It's one of the worst they've hatched out in a long while. But anyhow, we get back into some good games. Starting with Star Allies. Star Allies, I'd say... low gold. We'll go with low gold. It's decent, I guess. You know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I love all the DLC characters that were added. You know, you could play as like Dark Meta Knight, you could play as Adeline and Ribbon, you could play as Magolor, which I will, you know, I know a lot of the Kirby community doesn't like this game for a lot of reasons, and one of them is Magolor being absolutely busted. But yeah, it's a fun game overall. I enjoy it. It's a very good experience. Okay. I believe next is Kirby is it? It's Super Kirby Clash. Okay, Super Kirby Clash. I'd say top gold. I loved it personally. I actually played this game entirely through with a couple of friends, and then I got to play this again with an ex of mine, and this was actually a really enjoyable game from start to finish. I loved the game. It was nice. You know, getting the appearance of Nightmare again, who was a character who was like almost lost to time besides I think Mass Attack. was a nice comeback, and they brought a lot of the characters throughout the series back, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Kirby Fighters 2 I have not played yet because I have not picked it up. Sorry. I really want to get it though. It's only 20 bones. I'll probably pick it up probably this summer or something if I get the chance, but as of so far I have not played it yet. And before I get to this one, I'm going to just say it. I have not played Dream Buffet yet. I want to get it as well, but I just haven't had the time. And finally, we're here. The last Kirby game of all time so far. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. And for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I'm going to put it right here between Return to Dreamland and Planet Robobot. The jump from Kirby to going from 2D to 3D games, oh, it was an extreme accomplishment with Forgotten Lands here. The way that copy abilities now like transfer really well to 3D, the way that the story was written pretty well, all the way up until like the very end with the post game with Leon Gar and everything, you know, Morpho Knight appearing, and then, you know, the True Arena or like the Ultimate Cup Z or something like that with Chaos Elphalus. Like, you know, with a lot of True Arenas in Kirby, I have never died or never failed in any True Arenas, but with Forgotten Lands, I failed multiple times due to Chaos Elphalus alone. I was so terrible at it, like, it gave me a reason to, like, keep playing the game, and I still, from time to time, will get on my Switch and just play Forgotten Land for a little bit of time. It's just a very enjoyable game, and I like the, you know, the little things that you can do besides playing. Like, you can do the little treasure roads, you got the little gacha machines where you can collect, like, little figures, and you can place them in front of Kirby's house, or you can look at them with Kirby. It's really cool. I love the game so much. It's a really good game. If you haven't picked it up on the Switch, go get it. You know, it's a 3D Kirby game. We haven't had any like these before. Go get it. It's such a good game. But yeah, that is all of the Kirby games so far. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, comment below your guys' own opinions. You know, I want to see what you guys think about the Kirby games. Did you think this was a good list? You don't think it's a good list? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll do more of these tier lists in the future. I think so. But yeah, other than that, you guys have a good rest of your guys' day. See ya.
Let's go. Raw to the core. Drink running low, so I bought me some more. Caught back like a shotgun when I step to the mic. Feeling like I'm going off the wall, so step to the floor. We can get down. Girl so pretty, every city, every town. Once was lost, but now I feel found. Feeling like a boss when the crowd scream loud. Yo, raw to the core. Drink running low, so I bought me some more. Caught back like a shotgun when I step to the mic. Feeling like I'm going off the wall, so step to the floor. We can get down, 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 down. Yeah, I'ma go hard to the baseline drops, then I'ma pull back, let it go like a slingshot. Slingshot.